you my 3 top secrets to winning over any room full of people. That could be a room full of your friends and family, a room full of your teachers and your mentors, or even a room full of complete strangers. These 3 secrets are going to help you win over any room full of people and have them wondering, who is that amazing girl? Because they're going to want to know more about you. I'd say that one of the most incredible feelings in the whole world is feeling like you have the attention and you have the like fascination of a room full of people, and not in a bad way, but in a good way, in a charismatic, exuding with energy kind of way. And that kind of skill, that kind of feeling requires so much effort and so much work. And so what I've tried to do is condense it down to 3 things that people who win over the room, who are popular and charismatic and just people are aware of their presence, do, so that you can practice these skills. And that's how I want to preface this. These aren't easy skills to master, but they are so worth it. And as you work on it piece by piece, you are going to see little increments of this improving, and even just taking a step towards these tips is going to make a huge difference in your life. So first things first, how to win over a room: play to the whole room. I see so many teenagers do this wrong. They go to a party and they're only there for one person, or they only stay with one person or one group and they just cling themselves onto them, and nobody else even knows they were at the party because they were just hanging around this one person or maybe a couple of people. Here's the thing. I totally know what it's like to truly go to a party for one person, or just want to be with that cutie, or even you're shy. But if you want to win over the room, you've got to play to the whole room. You got to make sure that you're saying hi and smiling and using open body language with everybody there. One way that you can shut down your ability to win over the room is to be a jerk to some people and nice to other people and funny with these guys, and then won't talk to these guys, and let moods and clicks and perceptions play in. People who win over the room and are charismatic take people the way that they are. They're authentic and they use their same energy and charisma to reach everybody in that room. So the next time you're at a party, the next time you're with a big group of friends, the next time you're with some strangers, see how many people you can introduce yourself. See if you can go and find a way to authentically engage with as many people as possible. This is going to push you socially, but it's going to push you in all the right ways. My second tip is to fill the room. Now, what in the world do I mean by this? We're already playing to the whole room. Like, Abby, what else do you want? I want you to fill the room with your body. Now, is that actually possible? No. But you can use psychology on your side, because people, the way that you hold your body, people perceive that and they read that as confident and charismatic, and they're drawn to somebody that has a strong body build. Now, scientists believe this, and let me clarify that. I don't mean oh, I'm muscular. No, just shoulders back, standing tall, chin up, smiling, open. My hands are free. I don't have them crossed. That's what I mean by a strong body pose. Scientists believe that as human beings, we gravitate to people who have this kind of posture and body language, because in our caveman days, it meant that they were safe. They were the leader. They knew what to do. They would keep us protected, right? And this is even proven further when some research was done in Africa to understand why some of these tribes were eaten by lions and why some of the tribes, lions, weren't a problem at all. And it didn't have to do with there not being lions with certain tribes, but the tribes that weren't eaten by lions were the ones that had taught their young men and young women to walk like lions and to be strong and to look out into the jungle and to walk like a predator. That's how they taught them to walk. And so lions would take one look at this person walking like a predator and say, oh no, they're not easy lunch. So in a sense, I want you to go into these situations like a lion, like a predator. And our initial reaction is oh, that would scare people off. But it's no, it's just the opposite. They sense your strength and they come running towards you. So it's called being a big gorilla. That's how I've heard it by other like psychologists and life coaches. So I literally want you to pretend that you are like a big gorilla. Like, how would you stand and just fill up the space with your body? Now, we're not going to be like smacking people and throwing our hands around, but I just want you to practice your posture. Take note of who in your group is really popular and seems to be well liked. Pay attention to their posture. I promise you that they're not like this and just in the corner and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, even their voice is something that draws people in, and it's a tool that they use. So fill the space, use your body, and use some of that like predatorial posture to really help your charisma come through. This might be my most important tip, and that is to serve the room. Now, it's one thing to get the attention of the room with my other two tips, where we play to the whole room, right? We're making sure everybody's included. We're using our posture and psychology to draw people in. Now you really win them over with serving the room. But what in the world does that look like as a teenager in high school or at a party or with all these strangers? Here's some examples. So if you're at like a group of like a party with like lots of friends, and maybe this is a party, let's talk first about like an intimate party where it's only just a couple people. How you can serve the room is being a real conversation piece and connecting piece between people, of making sure that the whole group feels like cohesive and that there's not just two people over here and one person by themselves, but that everybody's part of this conversation. You can really do that by picking conversation topics that everybody can contribute to, not just the experts or the only people that involved. People, they might not even know what you're doing, but they're going to be so grateful for you and they're going to want you around. So that's one way you can serve if you have like an intimate group of friends hanging out. Let's pretend you're at the biggest party of the year and there's so many people there and it feels hard to like navigate your way through this. You can serve the room by also being a connecting piece, but in a different way. You can literally meet up with your group of friends, and as you're trying to play to the whole room, be like, hey, Sally, have you met Jane? We're all in the same math class. We were just talking about this, right? And now all of a sudden, Jane doesn't have to feel awkward and by herself. And if you can be that connecting piece and help people feel less awkward, oh my goodness, what a service. People will love you for their whole life. You will completely win them over. Now, with a group of strangers, how you can serve the room, these are just some of the examples I'm thinking of, but you could introduce everybody. You could introduce yourself. You could be the one willing to go first. You could be the one willing to, break the ice, so to speak. And I get that these things might be a little bit scary. So find what's doable for you and then go for it. I said at the first of this video, winning over a room is it is an earned feeling, and it is an earned title. And if you want to be that charismatic, you're going to have to work on it. And so push yourself outside of your circles and really try to think, how could I serve this room? Are certain people feeling awkward in this room? Would this room benefit from some energy or for some laughing? Or would this room benefit if I just said, hey, I'm Abby, it's nice to meet you, right? So just take a second and think about, the next time I'm in a situation like this, how can I serve the room? Oh, babe, there you have it. Those are my tips for how to win over any room. I just know that when you try these tips, even if it's just a baby step or even if you just do it once, you are going to start to see some drastic results. So my best of luck to you, babe. Please subscribe if you're a teenager or young adult looking to master young adulthood and beyond, because that is what my channel is focused on. So subscribe there. Come visit me on TikTok and Instagram, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Abbi J out.